Hey, I'm Orla from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are reviewing the 10-litre Women's Anti-Theft Backpack from PacSafe. In this review, we have gone ahead and sectioned it off into a summary, features, fit check and comfortability, see how it feels on the female body. We'll do a wee airline test, water test, pros and cons, and then rounding up the video with some final thoughts. And of course, as always, if there is anything that we have missed about this bike that you would like to know, then just pop us a wee comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So this is priced around 160 euros, so roughly around 135 pounds and roughly around 175 US dollars. This product is made with post-consumer recycled polyester, equivalent to 15 recycled plastic bottles, and it is treated with 100% PFC free. So this is a volume of 10 litres, the height is 36, the width is 26 and the depth is 12 centimetres, and it is a weight of 0.51 kg. Fully packed though, let's give you a little bit of a weight demo here. I've got it packed out, yeah, about 4 pounds. Roughly. You can get this in 3 colours such as the navy, black and beige. In terms of the shape and style for a wee 10 litre, this is definitely one of the cutest little bags ever. It does remind me of the July carry-all backpack as well that we have reviewed, so you can head over to the channel to check that out. There is sufficient padding to it, it sits up by itself, it has a lot of great anti-theft features to it, so it makes it perfect for a little getaway kind of bag and also a wee touristy bag as well. The kind of weather resistant material is great too. I think it is definitely a cute little style and something different but completely compact for a wee 10 litre. Then it kind of gives you that alternative to a Sling, then you're kind of bouncing over to that, and this is like the perfect size for just a wee personal item. There is flexibility to it as well with sufficient padding, especially on the back here. Even for a wee 10 litre, they've gone ahead and placed in a laptop compartment, which I greatly appreciate as well, and other features that we'll get into in a minute. PacSafe offer a 5-year warranty on backpacks and bags and a 2-year warranty on other items and accessories. If you have any kind of issues, you can just go ahead and email them. They offer 30-day returns and also international shipping. If you wanted to, you could go matchy with their 3-in-1 sling. Quite obvious that these don't match, but over on their website they get the same kind of colors as well, so you can kind of pair up. You could use this as a wee day pack personal item and then use this for the evening. So let's get cracking on with the features. So the branding on this is still subtle. You've got some here on the hardware, which is nice. It's not in your face like PacSafe written on it, but they've made the effort to go ahead and make it customed onto the hardware and just keep it in line with this kind of subtle design that they have going on. So externally, what they do have is 2 pockets here. There is one that has no give to it, and then another one that has a little bit of give to it, right? Now, this is super handy then for placing in your water bottles should you want to. You kind of have to open up this little closed off clip here, and when it's not in use, then you can take that off and kind of make it a slimmer kind of profile. But it's handy enough to have that, so then you can, even for a 10 litre, attach on your water bottle. This side is a bit tighter as mentioned, but you could fit an umbradoodle if you had like a smaller umbrella or even a smaller tripod. There is no like external loopholes or extensions here, so just be aware of that. It's pretty secured in, especially with the elastic hold here. There is enough suction around that, so I'm not too like worried about it moving or anything. And even if you wanted to go smaller, it'll be a little bit more snug. You do also have a top grab and handle here, just simple to the point. It's easy to just kind of pick this up with it being so lightweight, and it just saves you from pulling onto the straps. So with PacSafe, you are always going to get that great anti-theft. You've got the exo mesh /guard like tear resistant material in there, so nobody's stabbing through this bag, and even if they are, it's going to be a hard time for them to get into it, and that's what you want. And they've also implemented subtle kind of anti-theft throughout the bag, starting with this one on the front pocket, which is your zip tab. It just stops them from pulling onto that, and it's quite simple and effective. Like, you just have to kind of pull that through. It is a bit faffy if you are in a rush, just to be aware of that, but it's something that just is subtle and to the point. So all brands should really implement that, so you have the kind of choice to use it or not. As I mentioned, it does get a bit faffy. This front pocket is just space. I've opted to place some keys in there and lip balm. Sometimes I will shove my phone in there. It's just easy to kind of swing the bag around and get what you need out of it. This pocket is just space. There is no organization to it. Would have been nice to maybe have seen a key lash on that. But I mean, it's grand to just shove it in because this actually doesn't get too tight whenever it is fully packed. You could still use this front pocket, whereas their crossbody that I've been testing as well, that front pocket does get a bit tighter, whereas this is absolutely grand. And that's just your front pocket. I do apologize if any of the hardware is scraping onto this table. I'm trying to prevent it as much as possible. So moving on to the main pocket here. I love the fact that they've implemented this kind of flap, just saving your zips then for the rain or protecting it, which is really nice. The material itself is quite water resistant anyway, so it's absolutely grand. But just because the seams here on the zips aren't coated, so that just gives you a little bit of peace of mind here. So opening that up, then on one side you will find discreetly your little hook here. So this means if you bring around this zip like so, you can clamp these two zips together in and hook it into the system. So that just means then those two zips that you have here are completely protected from opening up to anyone, and you can kind of just tuck it away behind the water bottle compartment or into that pocket. And that just gives you a little bit of peace of mind. It is a bit faffy, especially if you are in a rush. Do be aware of that. If you are implementing it, implement it as a must kind of thing, because if you are running about and trying to get that out, it can be a bit fiddly, and if you have no patience like myself, then I'd advise not implementing it. These nice custom pullers, and then in here is just a great wee space. So what I've decided to pack in here are a few other options. I have another water bottle in there. Depending if you want it on the outside or on the inside, there is plenty of space for that. I've opted to place a camera in there too. And then as you can kind of see, the space then is for you to kind of just pack up. There is a little bit of organization. You've got two kind of pen holders here. 1, 2, 3 pockets. Those pockets don't run overly deep, but just be aware of what you have and are packing up on this bag, because then it kind of compresses into it. They are quite thin and not well padded. It just opens as far as here, but it still has a bright interior, so it's nice that you can kind of see what you have in there. The clinking of the hardware is doing my absolute nutting, but as you can kind of see, this is the space. Then you have your RFID blocking pocket, which is known from PacSafe, which just runs to about here. It doesn't run the full way down or up. It's just a smaller pocket where you can place in your passport or IDs and know that they're safe. You could even fit in another electronic in there if you wanted to. My 12-inch fits in grand in here as well as in the back in the laptop compartment, we'll get into in a minute. But there is just plenty of space for you to kind of play with and pack it up how you want. So that is that pocket. Just really nice and small and compact, really good everyday carry. Then what I absolutely love for even a 10 litre is that they have implemented a separate laptop compartment. You've got that zip tab here, which is nice as well. Just implemented some anti-theft into that. Then this opens up like so, and this fits my 12-inch Acer. It's going to give you a measurement of the space so that you know. 13 inches, you could go for about 13.5 if you wanted to. That's from the top to the bottom, and then across I'd say about 8 and a bit. That's like for this is like 12 and about 9 across, so that fits perfectly in there, and that's the kind of size that you would need to go for this backpack. Still a lot of cushion to it. It is just space in there. As you can kind of see, easy clean material, but it's nice that they've implemented that. I can really appreciate that. And moving on to the noisy back system here, you've got these kind of thin curved straps. There is sufficient padded to it, so it's nice to note. They are terribly thin, but they do the job. They're grand. The cushion kind of runs onto both here and onto the kind of back system. It is a hot style material, so sweating will just run off this, and they've even implemented a wee kind of luggage slip. Granted, it's not much, like it's not overly padded or kind of like secured, but it's just a nice thing to implement, especially if you are traveling and using this as a personal item. The straps are also adjustable and they do have dangle stoppers, so then you can just fit it to your own build. Now, time for a wee fit check, comfortability, and whether or not this has passed the female body test. Okay, this is what it's like on me with a wee thicker jumper on. For reference, I am 5'6". The straps are severely thin, but they are, because the bag is so lightweight and just compact, you don't really feel it. I like it really tapered tight to my bag. My back, obviously, you can kind of adjust it how you want, which is nice. You can kind of adjust it to your own width and height. There is no sternum strap, not that it is needed. I'm going to kind of show you what it's like with a thinner top on, because this material, sweat, it's just going to run off your back. So yeah, this kind of material on my skin I'm not a fan of, because it is that kind of sweaty material. Like your sweat will just kind of run off your back with this. I guess then it's not kind of seeping into the bag, but I just don't find with it on my bare skin that it is that nice. This is what it's like with a thinner top. It does curve around the old girls, whatever girls I have here. Yeah, I can't complain. For the leader of it, it's absolutely grand. As you can see, for the water test, this water runs off this quite easily. The materials are great for that. It is that weather resistant material. Just noted on the back zip here where your laptop compartment is, it isn't that PU coated kind of zip, so just be careful of that in longer periods of rain. So for the airline test, we've got the EasyJet requirements here. I'm quite confident that's what this will fit grand for that, and even for like Ryanair, Aer Lingus, those kind of smaller ones as well. I definitely feel like this would be a shout. Okay, time for some pros and cons. Pros are that it is definitely perfect for minimal packing, especially for personal item, taking it away, putting it in the seat in front of you. With the kind of luggage slit as well, it's made for that. Easy, clean material as well, so there is no faff with this bag, and also the front kind of pocket too, and all the things that are implemented for anti-theft, you cannot fault it. For what it is and the leaders, the only thing is that the straps are a bit thin, and the durability over time I would worry about, but at least you can kind of implement that and get a bit of longer lasting out of it if you use the top handle here instead of pulling on your straps. Other than that, it is a perfect, easy, compact, everyday carry, no faff. It is also great to use as a personal item as mentioned, and it is easy to just dump things into. You can use the organization if you wanted to, and it is also great for exploring if you wanted a wee small compact backpack to take around you while you're sightseeing. Then this is it. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then want to consider joining the GBO community and hitting that subscribe button. If you decide to have a wee nosy on their website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any of their other bags, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use the links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.